Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, hard work, work, work. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, and you're rocking this morning with E2G Sports Network. So come on and fall in with us as you get with your favorite vets on the net as we get ready to get you caught up to date with what's going on in sports as we know it, as we research. So what's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? Of course, if you just tuning in, I know y'all just getting caught up on everything from NBA, NFL, college, maybe a little college basketball, as there was a bunch of tournaments that went on, World Cup, all that type of stuff. So, what's good? What's good? What's good? Uh, some of y'all probably just recovering from that Thanksgiving meal. Thanksgiving, as we know, we just passed it. We're in the holidays full effect. You might be recovering from going out, hitting up Friday sales, although in this day and age, you don't necessarily have to get up at dark 30 in the morning to go catch those deals. So, like I said, a lot going on. I don't want to hold y'all up in the fact. Let's get to it in a bit. If any of my compadres bounce in, we'll just take it from there. Um, it's Monday morning, y'all. Of course, what comes with that is let's start off with this NCAA football. We're going to transition at some point to basketball as basketball is full and going. Like I said, we just had a bunch of tournaments. There's been some upsets. I know. I think North Carolina took 2 L's this over the course of the weekend. USC's been falling off. Uh, who seems to be hot as Bryant. Last year's Cinderella story had a game against Syracuse the other day. Uh, but we're not there yet. We'll get there though. Of course, like I was saying, in NFL, NBA, correction, NCAA football action. Some interesting stories coming towards close to the year. As we know, next week will be championship weekend. But prior to that, of course, you got some situations where a couple of coaches have moved on, lured away, taking other jobs, and all that type of stuff. Of course, we have first off David Shaw, Stanford head coach, has decided to resign and step down as their head coach. Now, of course, David Shaw, the most winningest coach in Stanford history, who took the job after Jim Harbaugh left to go to San Francisco. David Shaw has 96 dubs when it comes to um, Stanford. Of course, he was there for 12 seasons, and within the 12 seasons, ironically, he was hot the first six. This is keep it as it was. No shade, you know what I'm saying? Pac-12, but he started out hot. 3 Pac-12 championships in the first 6 years. In his first 6 years, consistent 6-win games, of 10 plus wins for the first 6 seasons. That now when you think about 6 games, 10 over 60 wins. But the last 6 years of his tenure there hasn't been the most uh, becoming, I guess you could say, in which he's decided to step down. The last 2 seasons have been 3 and 9 years, and it hasn't just been that profitable. I can appreciate an individual that recognizes that it just isn't working, and they need to go ahead and move on. Uh, and that has been what David Shaw has did, living. Like I said, I guess you could say a legacy. Him being the top um, head coach in Stanford history, 96 wins for the most in that institution's history. Uh, Another position coaching change, I guess you can say. Kenny Dillingham, of a former offensive coordinator from the Oregon Ducks, has decided to move on to another Pac-12 organization, and he will be the head coach now of the Arizona State University Sun Devils. Of course, Dillingham taking on that position to head the Sun Devils, and their last person that was at the Sun Devils was Herm Edwards, in which he was ousted after he did all right first 2 years, but then of course he had a situation with a coordinator in which he decided to step down as well. Uh, the NB search Kelly Dillingham gets the helm, will now be the helm, former Oregon Ducks offensive coordinator, now the head coach of Arizona State University. Um, Not surprising at all. I'm very sure it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. Nebraska hires former Baylor and Carolina Panther head coach um, Matt Rule to take over for Nebraska. Of course, like I said, he last coached with the Baylor as far as um, when it comes to college. He catch coach to bring that program back to where it was, and then he went ahead and went to Carolina. Did a couple years at Carolina. Not the best. Actually, he kind of regressed throughout his tenure at Carolina until he was fired earlier this year. Now he's back in the coaching. Now he's back in the college coaching um, atmosphere in which he's probably going to do well at Nebraska once he gets that program up and running. Of course, oddly enough, you see that happen a lot where coaches tend to leave and bounce on from certain aspects of coaching. They go through do college coaching. Hot coaches decide to try their hand at coaching in the league, the pro league. Once they get into the pro league, they get there, and next thing you know, it doesn't go well. So they end up going back, or they go back and they even take up a coordinator position for a professional team. If not the professional team, they take up a coordinator position for another college team, and then they get their feet wet again, and then they're up for head coaching positions. So Matt Rule, you knew it was coming. Of course, you have players like Stoops. All these coaches have had stops in the NFL at some point and go back to their roots as college coach. Coach Pete Carroll, he was one. He went from college. He went to the pros. Didn't do too well in pros. Went back to college. Um, Blew up in the college and then left college and went back to the pros and has been successful ever since. Um, of course, we have other people. Nick Saban, he was one that went from pros to the professionals, went from successful as a professional, went into the pros. They can do some well, went back to college, and he's been wrecking shop ever since. Um, who else you got? Urban Meyer, same process. We don't know what his ceiling is. However, if he ever get another head coaching position as a coach, it remains to be seen. But it happens. There's no reason that it's nothing to be hanging your head down about or anything like that. Just some things you better suit for certain things, or you get in a certain zone and it happens. And this is no different. And of course, last week before we get back into the recap of the scores this way, because there was some doozies. I tell you, uh, Luke Fickell. Now we all know Luke Fickell, head coach of the University of Cincinnati. We know Cincinnati was the first of the other five conferences to get to basically get in and have what's good, bro. See, here we go already, man. Here we go already. You know what?
WGO,
That's funny.
WGO, what's going on? What's good, Trey? How you doing on this Monday morning,
You
sir?
know what? You know what? I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm good. As I was last night before I was going to bed, I was taking a look at some stuff. And as I was looking, I was like, I bet this is going to be the picture that I'm going to see up tomorrow. But it's not. It's not. It's not what I
I
expected it to
probably
be.
ain't found it yet. Don't worry, it's coming. It's probably coming soon. This before the week is out. Be sure it'll probably be it'll probably be on the show. Just know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm not. I know y'all was scared for a second. I'm sure.
No, scared for what?
You know what? I will save it. I will
Don't
save it. I'm going to
don't
save
do
it
that.
because
Don't do that.
we know good and
Don't do
well.
that.
Oh my goodness.
There was no need to be scared. We already knew Aaron Rodgers was coming in this game injured. I didn't have no scare. Everybody else was like, "Oh, Green Bay didn't want to go." Where is speaking of which? Where is this young fella by the name of Abe Anthony Price? Because he was one of the main ones talking about we was finna lose to Green Bay. Yeah, where he at? All these Cowboys. Oh, y'all gonna lose? No, we not y'all. Y'all lost to Green Bay. We not y'all. My man Jalen Hurts rushed for 103 yards in the first quarter, bruh. bruh. Come on, man. Setting records. This dude is setting records, bro.
He definitely. They had a game plan, and that wasn't expected. I think they just
And guess
expected to
what? I
be.
got him in one of my fantasies.
Yeah, I know. Him. It was somebody else you had. I was like, oh, he is
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you who it was.
Josh Jacobs.
That's right. 48
Josh
for Josh Jacob.
Jacobs.
48 points, bro. Him and
Josh
Jalen was
Jacobs.
on the same team. They on my
I was like,
team.
I'm glad I ain't facing him this week. Goodness gracious.
Yes.
So I was just talking about lastly before he got back into the college scores and the shakeup that's going to happen most likely.
Boy, them college games this weekend. And
Luke Fickle,
a
yes,
friend of mine said this weekend, right? He a Texas fan. He's a Texas fan. He's like, hey, me and him go back and forth about, of course, college football and stuff like that. He was like, quick. He's like, man, you know who's gonna win the Heisman, right? No.
Williams,
He said, Caleb. I
yeah,
said, no. He said, think about it. He said, especially after this weekend, he's probably the front runner.
he
And I
is.
had to sit and then really think about it. I was like, God dang it.
It took me. It took me
I said,
not last week, week before last, to realize like, oh wow, he after that 500 yard game versus UCLA.
yeah.
I was like, when you think about it, who else? He's outshining everybody, all those people. The only people that's tapping in was Hooker, but of course
But he got injured.
he got injured and then Tennessee started to fall off. And then Daniels, who was initially both of them injured. Like Caleb has been
And
now.
then
What
old
I
boy
know,
from Michigan didn't play this weekend against
Corum,
Ohio
yeah,
State.
Corum,
Corum
yes.
against Michigan
So
State.
yeah,
I mean, it's Ohio State.
he has been he has been the most consistent over the year. Even in the game in which he lost by 1 point, he produced like he's like Caleb Williams. Bring another Heisman to USC.
Bruh.
I know.
When he said that, I was like, nah, man, ain't no way. And then he's like, well, tell me who's gonna beat him. What up, Johnny?
Johnny,
What's good?
what's
What
going
up? What
on?
up? What up? What up? Go dogs! What? Don't come on here with that
What's
nonsense.
good, Coach? Good
What up,
morning,
Coach?
sir.
Uriah, Coach Uriah. Yeah,
Good morning. Good morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I thought about it, I sat and really thought about it. He's like, he's like, well, okay, if it's not Caleb, who? Then I was like, well, he's like, don't say old boy from Tennessee, he gone Hooker. I said, well,
Mm-hmm.
then, and then I thought about old boy, Hyatt.
Hayden, the
No,
dude from
the wide receiver from Tennessee. I was like, Hyatt, don't hate on Georgia, man. I ain't hating on Georgia, man. I ain't hating on Georgia. That's definitely not what I'm doing. Let's see if they can finish it off. Can they repeat? That's the question. And so then he said, okay, can't be Hyatt. Then he said it definitely can't be oh boy out of Alabama,
Bryce Young. Not
Bryce
yeah,
Young.
no repeats. No
Yeah,
repeat
so
for him.
can't be him. Good morning, Ted.
What's
What's
going
good?
on,
What's
sis?
good?
What's
What's good,
good? What's
Kenny?
good?
And then I was like, man, I don't know who. I was like, when it's all said and done, you seriously think about it. I was like, damn, Caleb is like the only one.
Consistently with it.
Yeah, I was like, Caleb is the only one.
So yes, I know. I would say Lincoln Riley. Well, I'm not gonna say yet Lincoln Riley, but
Lincoln, don't say Lincoln Riley nothing.
Wait,
Whack 12 over there.
wait, hold up.
I
That's
told you.
not what we
I told
want to
you.
do. That's not what
I
we
know,
want to
because
do.
I told you, Trey. I told you when I said initially when you said something about it, I was like, if he do anything over there, it's because he in that whack conference. I said whack
That's
12. I
for one.
said
First and foremost, the Pac-12 has 6. Count them: 1, 2, 3,
now,
4,
but
5, 6.
is this
6
not one of
top
the?
25.
Is this not one of the biggest seasons and one of the with the most upsets and the most rankings of
What does
teams
that have to
falling?
do? What does that have to do
I'm
with
just saying,
us?
this is one of them seasons. It's
We're
just one of them
we're
seasons.
we're all in the same season. We have basically what I see and what I hear is that the Pac-12 has weathered the storm. They have 6 top 25 candidates. They started out with 4. It moved to 5. It dropped back to 4. It moved to 5. Then it went to 6. It dropped back to 5. Consistently, 6 out of 25 top name
Y'all got
teams.
one, and y'all got one in the CFP right now. One
Maybe
USC.
not. We can't say that yet. They're in the top 4 in the AP. They're not in the CFP yet, and it may not happen. I just have to be honest.
You're right,
Now,
because
if it doesn't happen if we take care of business and knock off Utah,
Utah State, ain't it? Is it Utah State?
Utah,
Utah. Yeah.
Utah State is a smaller tier team. So if we take care of business, because that's the only person we lost to was Utah. We lost them by 1 point in the Yes, let's go, Coach Wayne. That's what I'm talking about. On the victory, baby. Let's go. Fight on, as you said. Utah. If we go and take care of Utah, we was in Utah last time. They coming home. They come to the Coliseum this time. If we can sit up and take care of business against Utah, there's no
It would
reason
just
why
be
we
so
shouldn't be.
fitting for y'all to play the team who we ended up beating y'all first, for y'all to play them again and get a win. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
that's just saying it's storybook, and then that Caleb could ride off on the Heisman. He hit the pose. He already struck the pose at the halfway through the last week against Notre Dame. So that's all we gotta do is go. Utah hasn't had our number, so we just got to go take care of business in Utah, and we're good. We should be by come selection Sunday. We should be looking at USC as a content in that top 4 CFP.
what y'all playing who? Georgia. Bishop mad because the Sooners look like Westbrook's jumper. No, stop it, Coach Mike. Really broke. I'm
Too
just
soon.
saying.
Too soon.
He said it. I'm just going over what he said. I'm just riding that coattail. You was all in his corner when he said fight on, but
So,
now he's about
so
Westbrook. It's
what I would
different.
say is, yes, we'll probably be, unless Georgia gets upset, yeah, we'll be probably looking at Georgia only
And you know y'all
because
not beating Georgia, right? You know that,
why
right?
can't we beat Georgia?
Y'all will not beat Georgia, bro.
You know what?
Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for them dogs. Y'all not ready for them. Y'all not. TC and Georgia are the best teams in college football.
Oh, hold on, Greg. Greg,
Oh my God, that look did it all, bro. That look did it all. And here comes John Edwards talking about laughing out loud. Right, facts. Oh my God.
TCU or Georgia? Okay,
TCU and Georgia, the only teams are still undefeated.
and Michigan.
And Michigan. So there's really not a spot for y'all.
Why isn't there a spot for us?
So it's TCU undefeated,
Yes.
Georgia undefeated,
Mm-hmm.
Michigan undefeated, and who else?
Everyone else is 2 loss.
No, Ohio State got one.
Oh, correct. You're right. So yeah, like I said, we have to win the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah,
It's
Ohio
hard to
State.
deny. It's hard to deny us if
That's
we
what you
lose the
say,
Pac-12
man.
championship.
Georgia not ready for Caleb. Wayne,
And
stop
Addison,
it, man. Man, if y'all don't stop it,
y'all
bro.
see, this is what y'all continue.
Georgia,
to
what
y'all
Caleb is
are
not ready
drinking.
for is Georgia's defense coming at him. That's what he's not ready for.
Why
He's
not?
not ready.
Caleb faced the remember.
Who has
Caleb
he
played.
faced?
He
Who
played in
has
the
he
Big
faced?
Ten. Did Caleb
Who
not
has
play in
he?
the Big Ten?
No, who he playing in the Big Ten?
I mean, Caleb played in the Big Ten.
When?
Oh, correction. He was the Big 12. Big 12.
Big
He played in the
12.
Big 12.
Yeah. But
He's
even
about to
with
play
the
in the Big 10.
Yeah, but even with that, he hasn't faced a Georgia line like that.
Why
He
is it
has
that
not
he hasn't faced a Georgia line? Why is it that
name
Georgia
name
hasn't faced
name because Georgia done faced
what?
plenty of quarterbacks like Caleb. What? Really?
But so
Tennessee?
what's
Tennessee?
different is
You think
the
Caleb is better than Hooker?
West Coast.
No.
West, yes, he is. Obviously, he is. He's a
No.
Heisman
No,
hopeful.
Hooker's hurt. That's the only reason why Hooker's not in the
No, it's
in the
because
bid no
he's
more.
better. That's why. It
No.
has nothing to do with the fact that Hooker's
No,
hurt.
bro. Stop.
Hooker wasn't hurt the whole year. He just got hurt. He
Oh
just got
my
hurt 2
God.
games ago.
3 games ago, actually.
Well, 3 games ago, they stayed.
Come on, bro.
Caleb Williams has been the Heisman hopeful since the mid-season.
Tennessee wouldn't have lost to South Carolina if Hooker was there. They probably wouldn't have lost them last 2 or 3 games if Hooker was there. Guaranteed. But what I will say,
He was there
they
when they lost their
faced
first game.
Georgia has faced quarterbacks of Caleb's caliber. Caleb has not faced anybody of Georgia's defensive caliber. No one. Name one team.
Did Georgia play Tennessee?
Yes.
Oh, that was a 1 loss, right?
Right. They first lost. Yeah. That's why I said they faced.
That was the closest.
That's why I said they faced the close. Why they faced? Hold on. They faced Alabama too.
Alabama does not put up. You know what? We'll just wait and see. I'm not talking.
We're talking about the
talking.
previous. Hold on. We're talking about the previous Heisman Trophy winner, guy. That's what we're talking about. And you're talking about.
Yes, I know, because he was a USC. He transferred from USC.
Who did?
Bryce Young. He was a Trojan. He transferred.
But he didn't win the Heisman at USC. He won the Heisman last year at Alabama. What I'm saying is they faced. Georgia has faced a Heisman Trophy winner more than once, and they've beat him. And you're gonna tell me Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams? They've never faced a Caleb.
Different. Are they comparing Caleb? Are they comparing anyone else to Patrick Mahomes besides Caleb Williams? I don't like the comparison.
Well, hold on, I have yet to hear that he's been compared to Patrick.
Well, you haven't been listening, evidently.
Because I'm not going to, because that's nonsense.
It is. I don't want them to compare it to him because, like I said, in my opinion, Patrick Mahomes is just a gunslinger that capitalizes.
And he's doing everything he's doing everything you said he couldn't do. He's 9-2 without Tyreek Hill. 9-2.
I get that. And like I said, he's doing
this gunslinger is doing pretty well, bro.
He still is. That's what he does. He operates. Oh yeah, he operates on whatever happens. It's like they call it. Once he said Huck, it's like Pixie does.
Look at it. Game between Tennessee was Georgia 27, Tennessee 13. And y'all think Caleb is ready, bro? Y'all don't want to face Georgia. That's who y'all don't want.
We want
that is not what y'all want.
Smoke. We do.
That is not what y'all want.
We want Georgia because you know what happens? You punch the biggest one in the mouth, and everyone else starts to recognize. So that's what's going to happen.
That's not what y'all want, bro. That's not what y'all want. Y'all better hope y'all get to what is it? I think I saw it yesterday. Last night they had y'all at what, 3? I don't know how they had y'all at 3 and TCU at 4.
No,
I don't know how
it's going to be Georgia.
I don't know how they had y'all at 3 and TCU at 4, but either way. In
any case, it started off.
USC has a great upset game this Friday.
Potentially, we can be upset. First, I want to look ahead. Utah is in front of us first. We'll worry about all that stuff after we take care of Utah.
Y'all play Utah on Friday?
Nah.
What are you talking about? Upset game this Friday?
Yeah. I don't think it's Friday. Is it Friday? I don't think it's Friday. In any case, of course, the season it started off Mississippi State. We talked about Ole Miss fell to Mississippi State 22-24. So number 20 actually ends up falling out. Florida State took care of business on Friday with a 45-38 win over Florida. North Carolina State upends 17th ranked North Carolina 27. Oh yeah, Friday. So it is Friday. 27. UCLA.
I'll be in Tennessee for that one.
I'm gonna miss it.
Yep, I'm gonna be in Tennessee for that one. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Let it go. I'm ready. I want to see that.
Additionally, UCLA gets the W over North Carolina, 18th ranked UCLA, then 18th ranked UCLA. Cincinnati and 19th ranked Cincinnati and 24th ranked 19th ranked Tulane and 24th ranked Cincinnati faced off against one another. Tulane gets the W 27-24, and then Baylor loses to 23rd ranked Texas 38-27. When we go into Saturday, that's where all the meat and potato was after those everyone had turkey and mac and cheese and
Dressing and all
business
that.
dressing and all that. Georgia, number one ranked Georgia, faced off against Georgia Tech, getting the W 37-14. Number two, Ohio State faced off against number three, Michigan, in which we thought was going to be a completely different game. Michigan comes in and again punched the biggest one in the mouth. Everyone else tends to get in line. Michigan upends Ohio State 23-45 with a second string running back. TCU takes care of business over fourth ranked TCU takes care of business over Iowa State, winning 62-2014. LSU, number 5 LSU, just as expected, falls to Texas A&M 23-38. We'll save that one. Number 7 Alabama takes care of Auburn in the Iron Bowl, winning 49-27. Number 8 Clemson. What's up with Rattlers? Showing that, hey, don't act like I wasn't a Heisman hopeful just a year ago. How dare y'all? The disrespect. South Carolina smacks up not one, but two top 10 ranked opponents back to back as South Carolina gets the W over 8th ranked Clemson, 31-30. Oregon falls to Oregon State. Number 9 versus 21, in which 21 was victorious 38-34 in the Apple Bowl. Number 10 ranked Tennessee demolishes Vanderbilt 56-0. Number 11 Penn State takes care of business versus Michigan State 35-16. 12th ranked Kansas State gives Kansas a 20-piece with 47-27 outcome, getting the W. Oh, correction. This is the Apple Bowl. Number 13, Washington takes care of business in Washington State 51-33, which allowed Utah to face off against USC in the Pac-10 championship. Had Washington State won, then it would have been Oregon. Number 14 ranked Utah wins 63-21 over Colorado. 22nd ranked UCF 46-39 over Florida. 25th ranked Louisville falls to Kentucky 26-13, and of course the best for last, of course, the USC Trojans victorious, defeating the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 6 versus 15. 15 falls 38-27 in grand fashion. Of course, when you look at that, it brings us to the current rankings that end up coming out to see the college poll. Interestingly enough, from the bottom to the top, Mississippi State now comes in at 25, although they wasn't ranked. North Carolina falls 6 spots to 24. UTSA back in the building, 10-2 on the year.
24 point deficit. They was down and came back and won.
Yeah, I caught the back end. I was like, they're not going to win. I was looking at it. I turned. I was like, they're not going to win. Oh, well. You know what? Navy blue and orange is a powerful color.
You better tell them again.
22nd ranked UCF. Number 21, Texas. Another color that's not burnt orange, but orange.
It's a shade of orange.
South Carolina goes from not being ranked to being ranked number 20 on the year. Notre Dame falls to number 19. Tulane moves up. They're number 18 on the year. UCLA, number 17. Number 16, Oregon State. Number 15, Oregon. Pac-12, and Pac-12, of course. 14th ranked Florida State.
Pac-12.
Kansas State, number 13. Number 12, Utah. Number 11, LSU. Getting into the top 10. Number 10, Clemson. Number 9, another Pac-12 affiliate, the Washington Huskies. At number 8, Penn State. Tennessee, number 7. Alabama number 6, Ohio State number 5. At 4, the USC Trojans. At 3, TCU. At 2, Michigan, and at 1, Georgia. So what that tells me, Bishop, is USC is the best one-loss team in the country. That's what that tells me. Even
That
better than Ohio
I'm
State.
I'm glad that you don't get paid for being told that, because that's not the case.
That's not what it says.
No,
They're number 4 ranked.
I guarantee if
The
USC
CFP ain't gonna
was,
say that.
I guarantee if USC was to play Ohio State, they wouldn't come out on top.
If you say so.
I'm just saying they would not come out on top. They would not, especially if they played in Ohio State.
Don't worry, we gonna see.
Inclement weather is a big thing.
We gonna see a lot. We gonna see a lot of them in a year or two. So
and you know what, Anthony? I don't have to hate, because even though they're not in the top 25, guess what? My Eagles are in the top 1. Where your Redskins at? What do you mean you don't know about that? We 10-1. Nobody's got a better record than us. Nobody got a better record than us. Nobody.
Come tomorrow when they drop the power rankings.
When they drop the power rankings, there's no way. There's no way nobody can come above us.
I'm not gonna be able to be on in the morning because I can't. Oh my goodness! I wish I could be on because I could see your face when they show that Kansas City is number 1 over them.
No, they can't say that. How? How can they go throw Washington in the playoff?
They are. That's crazy. The whole big NFL.
Yeah, 7-5 in the
whole
playoffs.
NFC East.
That's right, 7-5. But we got a bye. So while y'all sitting there beating each other, we be sitting there waiting on the next opponent.
To wait to get beat on. That's it.
Who gonna beat us? You've been saying it all season. Who gonna beat us?
So far, what did beat y'all? Washington.
And we beat them.
And they beat you.
Okay, so it's even then with them.
Y'all was undefeated when they beat y'all. They wasn't.
It don't matter. We still beat them.
When they beat them.
We still beat them, and we still ahead of them. They still at the bottom of our conference. They're at the bottom. They're the last of our conference. They're in last place.
You know what? Y'all might go 16-1, right? And y'all gonna lose in the second round. But if that happens, what good does a 16-1 do, y'all? Except for
who we losing to in the second
round? Anyone.
Yeah, you that's the thing.
So right now, because I wouldn't know who y'all facing. Right now, it wouldn't be us. So it wouldn't be us y'all would be facing. But because we're third, we're number 3. Yes, you would. We're number 3.
Lose to y'all. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very serious.
We would not lose to y'all.
Y'all would end up.
Y'all
like you said,
y'all Achilles heel is Garoppolo.
Oh, he's not the Achilles heel.
He's y'all Achilles heel.
Nah,
he is y'all's Achilles.
He's on the Achilles heel if we got to go deep. If you can go over the deep intermediate.
That's the thing. Can't nobody go deep on us.
We don't need to. Just go underneath.
Keep going underneef.
Yeah, keep going underneath. Washington. The only thing y'all did what y'all had to do. Y'all went and got 2
to stop that run.
To stop the run.
That's all we need to do. And now it's a wrap for everybody.
Y'all ain't facing running back since y'all ain't facing. Have y'all faced a Christian McCaffrey type running back since that happened?
Oh, here we go with facing.
I just said, have y'all? Have you since then?
Yes.
No, who?
Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard.
Y'all haven't played them since. Yeah, y'all haven't played
since what? That's the thing. We played them without them, and we beat them.
Yes,
we beat them before we beat them without Dominican Sue and 2 additions, though.
What I'm saying is y'all haven't played a quality running back since y'all went in because y'all let.
I just said we beat them without them. That's what I'm saying. We have beat them without them.
But y'all had Jordan Davis clogging up the middle then. So now y'all have. So I'm saying y'all that hasn't been tested.
Did not almost beat us. How, man, Anthony, get off the feed because you talking.
No,
he threw 1 touchdown.
Yes, and then he was. Man, you know what? You can act like y'all wasn't quaking in y'all boots. Y'all was when y'all sit up and turned the ball back over with time. Y'all was waiting.
What you have to understand is Jordan Love came in. We knew the game was truly over. The only chance they had was when
a 56-yard touchdown.
He threw a underneath.
And was 1 touchdown from tying it up.
Which we knew it wasn't going to happen. For one, they can't stop the run. They couldn't do nothing with our run because we rushed for over 300 yards.
It was.
Two,
It wasn't. They couldn't stop your run.
they
They had a
could.
problem with your line. It wasn't the run. Y'all just did what y'all. It was the line. It was the line that set
Is
up a
it the
hip-hop.
line? Isn't the line the one provides you the run? That you can't stop the run. Either way it goes, you cannot stop the run, regardless if it's the line or whatever. Just like when Washington got their win, we couldn't stop the run.
Correct.
And that's why we went and got defensive players to stop the run. They can't stop. Green Bay couldn't stop our run. They couldn't do that. We knew Jordan Love, he ain't probably touched the football all year except in practice. So we knew he wasn't finna throw nothing deep. No one's been able to throw deep on us all season, basically. No one's really been able to throw deep on us. So we knew that they was gonna have to throw everything in deep. So we was playing the deep ball. But we was playing the deep ball. Yeah, we got caught slipping in him throwing that little underneath route.
Exactly.
And
like I said,
but
that's y'all new Achilles heel.
We knew Jordan Love was not finna come in there and pull Jordan Love was not finna come in there and pull the Aaron Rodgers.
I wish they would have pushed him in to put and then would have did because they almost recovered. I know you say a little shaky, looking a little shaky when they did that onside kick and it bounced off his knee and he almost didn't recover it. I was like, you know what? But it didn't happen, so there's no reason to talk about it.
Yeah, I was not shaky about none of that.
Okay.
No, and I guess we're gonna lose our next game too, huh?
Y'all got Dallas, right?
No.
Who's your next game?
Tennessee. We're gonna lose that one too, right? Go ahead, y'all go ahead and say it. Now we about to face a running back. And let's see.
Yeah,
we're about to face another running back because we faced Tony Pollard. We faced Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. Okay. We faced both of them. We faced them once already and beat them. We're about to face another powerhouse running back in Derrick Henry. Let's see. And guess what? Guess who their Achilles heel is? Their Achilles heel is Tannehill. It's Tannehill. That's their Achilles heel. That's all we got to do, baby. I hope Jordan Davis is back, baby. Come on, Jordan. Where you at, baby? Go on, because I definitely guarantee he ain't stiff arming Jordan Davis. That ain't gonna happen. Sure, he's not, bro. You crazy? That Georgia Bulldog.
It's a man's world.
Okay. We're gonna pop CMC though. I bet you that. CMC gonna get popped. This get pop.
Y'all not gonna even see him. Y'all gonna be gone before that.
We ain't gonna be gone. Y'all gonna be gone before that. Get out of here, bro. Y'all be for one. Y'all not gonna have that bias, so y'all gonna play somebody before y'all.
Yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, true that. And that's what's gonna help. That's what's gonna help y'all. The fact that y'all have the bye and y'all not gonna have to face anybody.
The excuses are already piling. Look, the excuses already coming. The excuses already coming. The game ain't
right now, half y'all the whole division is in the playoffs, and if you have to go back in and play someone else, like I said, that's going to be y'all 3 losses at minimum. Is going to be against your division. That's not happening.
Dallas is going to take y'all out. Yeah, you right. We ain't going to see y'all. Dallas is going to take y'all out.
and then they're going to right behind that. They're going to take y'all out.
No, because see, we're going to take Dallas out, and if Dallas beat us, all saying Eagles can beat, they winning by a close game, but they win it.
Correct.
How was it a close game? This game.
It was a close game by a touchdown. Y'all was up. Y'all was smashing them. Was that supposed to be a 7-point game? With an injured Aaron Rodgers, and then after that,
I don't want to hear that because if Aaron Rodgers would have won that game, y'all have been like, they beat y'all with an injured Aaron Rodgers.
But that's what I'm saying. Was it supposed to be a game?
He knew he was injured when he played Dallas.
Well, he's been injured for 3 weeks.
Exactly. He was injured when he played Dallas.
But let's not act like. But that's not the injury and why he didn't play. He got injured after that. He was.
Guess why he got injured? Guess why he got injured in this game? Because them boys got to him. Them boys got to him. That's why Adama Sue and all them got to him. Fletcher Cox, all them boys got to him. That's why.
You know what happened?
That's why.
You know what happened? You know what was going on? He was doing the same thing. He did the same thing. What he was doing to Philly is the same thing he did to Dallas. It just so happened, like you said, that he got that injury where he's probably getting rib injury. That's what helped y'all, or else he would have beat y'all.
He threw 2 picks.
And?
That was before the rib injury.
And he
He
was
threw
still
2
close.
picks.
And they
He
still
threw
was
2 picks.
close.
They was down by 14 when he threw them 2 picks. What are you talking about? When Love came in, he put him within 7.
Yeah, from that. Yeah, he did.
So we was down 2. He threw 2 picks with that rib before that rib
With
injury.
the rib injury. You was right.
Before the rib injury, he threw 2 picks.
Right now, he are 10-1.
That's right.
The only loss y'all have is to Washington.
That's
Got
it. That's it.
I,
That's it.
I,
And nobody else can say that. Nobody else can say that in the league.
before we get fully entrenched into the NFL, this dude and he, you know what the narratives. Before we get fully entrenched into the NFL, of course, there was plenty of NBA action that went on last night.
Fantastic.
One Ja Morant.
He's the next Michael Jordan, bro. He's the next Michael Jordan.
No, stop
Yes.
that.
Yes.
How dare you? That's
He is.
disrespectful.
That's not disrespectful. He's the next
That
Michael
is
Jordan.
disrespectful.
How is that disrespectful?
So this is what Ja Morant did. So this is what happened last night.
I need y'all to know. I need y'all to see the move in which Ja made. It's Jordan-esque.
He might be Jordan-esque, but he's nowhere close to the next Michael Jordan.
He has all of the calibers of how Michael Jordan came out when he came out in the league. He wasn't a great shooter, but he was a leaper and could finish at the rim. He's doing everything Michael Jordan did when he came out. If he develops his jumper like Jordan developed his and continue to finish the way he did, you don't think Ja the next? No. Definitely not the next Vince Carter. No. Ja can jump and he can do his thing, but he's not. No. Vince Carter was only a leaper.
Thank you, fighter.
That's all he was. He was a leaper. Next MJ, somebody pray for this. Oh, y'all don't pay. Y'all are not paying attention to Ja Morant, bro. This dude is Jordan-esque. Y'all better pay attention. I'm telling you.
And who Ja basically broke down and said who he patterned his game after. He patterned his game. Well, I get it. He patterned his game after Derrick Rose. That was his childhood. That's who he patterned his game after, Derrick Rose coming up. So if that's the case, I don't think Ja is anywhere close to Michael Jordan. I think he's close. He has Jordan next.
I said he is the next Michael Jordan. He's the next. I'm not saying he's there yet. He is the next.
He's not even close to Kobe.
He ain't there yet. He ain't close to either one of them. But I said he is the next. Okay. Please understand what I'm saying. He is the next Michael Jordan.
You're saying basically his era is like everyone else, like Jordan, like LeBron and Steph and KD's era is coming to an end. It's Ja's era. He's the next. He's next up.
He's in line. He's next in line.
I don't think he's next in line either.
Who is then?
I think it's Luka. I think it's Luka's era.
Bro, if y'all don't get off this Luka bandwagon, bro, Luka is just a smaller version of Nowitzki. Dirk. He's another Dirk. That's all Luka is. He's another Dirk on the same damn team. He's a 2.0 Dirk. That's what he is. He's smaller. He maybe handle the ball a little better, but he's a Dirk. That's it. He's not the next. No, not even close. Luka is not pounding on nobody, punching the ball, making phenomenal just layups or dunks at the rim.
I think Luka is next before Ja.
No, hell no, not even close. Not even close. Luka don't even play defense for one. He got to play defense. He got to learn how to play defense first. He got to play defense first. He ain't learned how to play defense. At least Ja play defense. This dude don't play no D. How he gonna be the next? How he gonna be the next? And he don't have a defensive in it. He don't have a defensive. He has no defense. We talk about the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Michael Jordans. These guys play defense. This dude doesn't play defense. How you putting him next?
Because his offense is his defense.
That's one thing we can't say about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or any other greats. It ain't about just their offense. They can play defense. That's why that's the difference. That's the whole main difference right there. When he learned how to play defense, then we probably could consider Luka. Until then, he's an offensive threat, and that's it. Let's see if you take Luka out of Dallas and out Ja, they will change the team better or not. What?
You're basically saying if you put Luca in Memphis and Ja in Dallas, who's the better with a team? Who will be have the better team?
Who would have a better team if you put Ja in Dallas and Luka in Memphis?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Huh? Luka is definitely the next. No, he's not. I don't know where y'all get that from, bro. I don't know where y'all get that from.
In any case, Ja
Mm-hmm.
last night faced off against the New York Knicks, in which Ja recorded his first of the year triple double, fourth in his career.
Y'all talking about do they next? His first. Oh, got it. It's the first.
His first.
I got
it.
It's first. At first, I got it.
Luka, he has 4 in his career. Luka got 30 of them things already.
And how much defense has he played throughout that whole time?
Again, Luka may not be a defensive stalwart, but his offense can be his defense because he's not getting stopped by the defenses in which we're talking about.
Dude, y'all, this dude here, y'all don't tell me this is not Jordan-esque. You will not find Luka do nothing like this.
True that.
If this isn't Jordan-esque right here,
his athleticism is their athleticism is not the same.
Come on, bro.
I agree. Ja Morant
and the foul.
dropped 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 23 points from Dylan Brooks, 21 points from Jaren Jackson Jr., 16 from Steven Adams with 10 rebounds and 2 assists to go along, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists from John Conchar, Tyus Jones, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 points, 4 rebounds from Brandon Clark. The Knicks were led by Jalen Brunson, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 11 points from Cam Reddish, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists from RJ Barrett, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists from Julius Randle, who was 1 rebound short, 1 assist short of a triple-double himself. Mitchell Robinson, 60 points, 7 rebounds, and no assists. 9 points from Obi Toppin, 6 from Derrick Rose, and 6 from Emmanuel Quickley. So what ended up happening in this game, of course, the Grizzlies get the victory 127 to 123, improving to 12-8 on the year, while New York drops to 9-11. So one thing that it was interesting, Bishop, and let me know what your decision be, is at the beginning of the game, like I said, Josh said he patented his game at Derrick Rose. So he promised to give Derrick Rose his jersey after the game and to get his jersey after the fact. After Ja dropped his triple-double, his dad asked for his jersey. Or in midway, sometime in between there, his dad asked for his jersey. Who are you going with? Are you going with your father? Or are you going with Derrick Rose that you've already promised your jersey to?
I'm going with Derrick Rose.
You going with why you say it so low? Like I'm going with Derrick Rose.
I'm going with Derrick Rose because I always give my father a jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always give my father a jersey. It's not guaranteed that I'll be able to give Derrick Rose a jersey, especially being if that's my idol and who I looked up to. I'm always gonna be able to give my father a jersey. I mean, was he only wanting a jersey from it? Was his father only wanting a jersey because that was his first triple-double?
No, I'm not sure why you want it.
Because that really don't make sense. Because I feel like I'm sure his own son then gave him a jersey already. I mean, I'm sure that's not his father's first jersey. It's got to be the fact that he got his first triple-double. I'm assuming. But if it's me, if it's me, I'm giving it to Derrick Rose. I mean, yeah, Derrick Rose.
So additionally, what happened was, so John basically figured it out. What he did is he wore 2 jerseys. He changed to a second jersey at halftime, and he basically ended up giving both game play jerseys to.
I like that. That's hot. See, that's Jordan-esque. That's Jordan-esque. That's Jordan-esque. That right there is Jordan-esque. That's something that you would see Jordan do. You know what I'm saying? That's Jordan-esque. Luka. You don't need defense to get triple-doubles or double-doubles. You don't. But you need defense and all of that. You need defense to be considered in the same sentence or the same talks with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. You need defense for that, for sure. You may not need it to get triple doubles and all of that, but Jordan was able to do triple doubles and double doubles with defense alongside of that. But Luka ain't gonna never get that. How you not?
Who else?
How you gonna put him up there with Jordan? He ain't gonna even ever win Defensive Player of the Year ever. Really, man, stop.
Another highlighted game, the Golden State Warriors faced off against the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which the Golden State Warriors gets the W 137-114, improving to 11-10 on the season. Minnesota drops to 10-10. In this game, of course, Draymond Green, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists.
Crazy assist to Wiggins. Woo.
The the leading scorer, Jordan Poole, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 21 points, 2 rounds, 2 assists from Klay Thompson. Steph Curry, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. 17 points from Andrew Wiggins, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. 14 points from Dante Vincenzo off the bench. Kuminga with 7 points. 6 from JaVale Michael McGee and Anthony Lamb with 2. Interesting enough, in this game, what happened was the what's his name? Draymond Green, while cheering for Jordan Poole on a particular shot, ends up getting a tech. He gets hit with a technical, and he's wondering,
What?
he gets hit with a technical for celebrating. They basically said he came too far off the bench, and he was in the lane. He was outside the lane.
Oh my
So,
God.
in support for his teammate,
Reaching. They reaching. They reaching. I know my team was that. Okay. Wiggins on. Not only did he get not only was the alley oop dunk nasty, he dunked on what's his name? On what's the Gobert. Rudy. Dunked on Rudy Gobert. Crazy.
So to support his teammate Steph Curry, after Dante Vincenzo gets a 3-point conversion, he jumps up and starts cheering as well, in which he gets hit with a technical,
Oh
in
my
which basically, so it's like they're just getting the same text all around. In any case, like you said, they do get the win. The Timberwolves was led by Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Towns contributed 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 15 points from D'Angelo Russell, 16 from Jalen Noel, 10 points from Brian Forbes, 9 and 10 from Rudy Gobert. And but like I said, they fall 10 to 10 with a 114-137 loss. Anthony says the NBA is soft. Additionally, who else we had? Of course, the Trailblazers gets the lose to the Nets, 111-97.
Let's go. Stand up, Brooklyn.
Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, or Luke Kennard gets the W 114-100 over the Pacers. The Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat, the Heat fall to the Hawks 106-98. The Cavaliers get the win 102-94. The 76ers get the win 133-103. Those Boston Celtics win 130-121, and the Milwaukee Bucks get the W 124-115 over the Mavericks. I know one thing to sit up and talk about that I think is worthy. Although the Lakers played Saturday, they are due to play tonight in which they played a back-to-back in San Antonio, to where they won both games without Anthony Davis. Basically, LeBron and Westbrook were clicking on all cylinders, but we did see, I don't know if you've seen where Westbrook got hit in the top of the head by Zach Collins, and he
I
basically
saw
got
something. I didn't see it, but I
cut
saw
into the
something.
white meat.
Did it?
Yeah, he split him open on the, but it wasn't nothing large, because what they said is he basically got the laceration cleaned up and closed up, and he came back into the game. But it was one of those things where Collins was assessed a flagrant 2. If you look at it, it doesn't look, in my opinion, it doesn't look like he was. It was flagrant two worthy, maybe flagrant one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he did get a he did get a flagrant two. Westbrook was assessed a technical himself because they say he jumped up because he got hit and he jumped up and what went at him. LeBron grabbed him, but it was like instantly he started bleeding and it was they like pulled him off to the side and try take care of him and that basically was instead of that. So they both were assessed fouls. LeBron said he wanted to do something to Collins. In my opinion, it didn't look like it was facetious or it was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you look at it, other people I guess say differently. He caught him with the elbow coming down across the top of his head, split him open. Westbrook went to the ground, jumped back up, um, and that was basically it. Uh, in any case, the Lakers had won 5 of the last 6 before that loss and face off against Indiana tonight. Other games that take place tonight, the Phoenix Suns will be taking on the Sacramento Kings. The 76ers will host the Atlanta Hawks. The Washington Wizards will be hoping the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Brooklyn Nets will take on the Orlando Magic. The Boston Celtics will be facing off against the Hornets. They will be facing out without Gordon Hayward, as Gordon Hayward is possibly going to be out with a shoulder fracture. So, of course, more to come on that. The Cleveland Cavaliers will be traveling to Toronto to take on the Raptors. The New Orleans Pelicans will be hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Utah Jazz will host the Chicago Bulls. The Denver Nuggets hosting the Houston Rockets. So I think probably the best game tonight, I will go out and say probably the Jazz and Bulls.
That makes sense. I like it.
Yeah, I think the Jazz and the Bulls. Was this some? Oh, you know what? I actually do have a question, Bishop, for you, in which I think from the conversation earlier, I think I already know what your answer would be, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Start. Wait, let me find it. Start, bench, and cut. Oh, I know what your answer definitely is on this. Start, bench, and cut. 3 players. Start, bench, cut.
Okay.
Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic. Start, bench, cut.
Start Giannis, bench Tatum. Good and damn well cut Luka. Yep, that's it. That was easy. Yeah, you're right. That was real easy. It was too easy for me. Too easy. Too easy.
Let's say, for instance, because I know what your argument is, so I'm not going to even get into it. So I know what your argument is. But let's say Luka, at minimum, had the same defensive prowess as Jason Tatum.
He doesn't though.
Let's say he did.
But he doesn't.
Would it still be start? Would you still be cutting Luka Doncic?
Yeah. I would still cut him. Yep, he would still get cut.
For me, I would start Giannis, bench Luka, cut Jason.
That's crazy. Now, mind you, out of those 3, only 2 have been to a final, and only 1 has won one.
Correct.
How does make it make sense though?
Also, out of those 3, that's what it is, Anthony. That's what it is.
And it's not that I don't even know him. How am I hate him? I don't know him. But as I just said, out of those 3, only 2 has been to finals, and only 1 has won.
Also, additionally, if I was to make an argument, right? Mm-hmm. I get you. You are correct. They're all facts. You know what I'm saying? When things are facts, I'm a very person that believes in facts. And those are all facts. So I completely understand that. But what I would say is both of them are also in what is considered a weaker conference as well. And Luka has ascended throughout his conference of late. Hold on.
you're saying how you figure they in the weaker conference? I don't understand how how he came up with Luka's in a weaker conference or in a stronger conference. Boston, we know who Boston has over there. They have Brooklyn, they have the Sixers, they have Milwaukee. Like what? How are you? I don't get that one. I don't get that. Yeah, Luka has. He gonna say, of course, the Lakers. He gonna say, but they got Golden State out there. They got what? Denver. They got Phoenix. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Come on. Me and personally, I don't know what's going on with my thing. I don't know why my thing is just doing it. I don't know what's going on with that. But either way, it is what it is. I don't like this that's crazy. I don't know
But
what's
yeah,
going on with
that's what I would just think that they are in the heart. They're in a weaker division, and Luca is in. Like
how? How can you
we have watched
how,
Luca ascend
how are you
from
gonna say they in a weaker division? How can you say that?
the teams are weaker. The West has been
Who?
in the East, in the
How? Who?
AFC, in the
Who?
I mean in the Eastern Conference.
How? Who's weak? Who? How you figure that? Oh, who's out west?
Who've always been out West: Golden State, Phoenix, Utah, Memphis.
When's
Uh,
Utah? Let's put it like this.
Memphis, Utah.
Hold
What?
on, hold on. Let's don't name a team. Put it like this. Name a team who's been in the finals lately out west. Don't name a team that hasn't been in the finals. Put a team that's been in the finals, and then
Golden
we'll say
Golden
Golden
State.
State. Okay, and who else?
Phoenix.
Okay, Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers. That's
That's
it.
it.
In the last couple of years.
That's it. Over there, we're talking about. So you can't call it a weaker. You can't
That's
call
why
it.
it's weaker because
Hold
it's
on. Let
dominancy.
me finish. No, because the Sixers has been,
Mm-hmm.
the Milwaukee Bucks have been,
Mm-hmm.
the
Miami Heat have been.
the Miami Heat have been, Boston has been. How are you calling
Toronto
these a
has
weak?
been.
And so, okay, Toronto. Okay, got you, Toronto. Who else has been over there out there in the East? Golly.
So what I'm saying is that the West has been more dominant than the East in the last couple of years. Here's the reason why you was just saying. But what you have seen is each time
How have they
in
been more dominant? Who's won the last three out of the last five championships? Who won? Because it ain't been the West. Don't worry, I'm
2019
waiting.
was the Lakers,
2020 was who?
Milwaukee,
Okay, 2021 was who? Golden
Golden
State.
State,
And the year before,
and prior to that it
18
was
was who?
and 18 was who was it? 18 Golden State, wasn't it?
Golden State. And then what year was it that
And maybe the year before that was Cleveland.
Cleveland was won the final in
Or was it
17?
was it
No.
Cleveland? Or was it Golden State?
Wasn't it 1 year Golden State won it back to back?
So that might have been it. And then Golden State, and then what's called what the year that he went that Cleveland won. The year that Cleveland won was LeBron and Kyrie.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you'll say so that's why. So basically, what I'm saying is the East has been less inferior to the West, not head to head. Just saying the East has, because when you look at the worst team in the East, the teams in the East that have made the playoffs have had losing records, while the teams in the West they have been beating up on each other, and that's what it is. And so what I was saying is that Luka has ascended since then, especially since the bubble, to where he knocked off Kawhi and PG on his own. And then he, on his own, just last year, knocked off he on his own knocked off DeAndre and knocked off Aiden, Booker, and
Who
Paul.
did?
Luka.
When he knock off Paul?
He knocked off Phoenix last year when they won 60. They beat him 62. I mean 42. And then he went and played. And then he played against Golden State and lost to Golden State. They was just on the cusp of being in the championship last year. They lost in Golden State. It's too. So you know what I'm saying. It's no hate. It's just what I'm saying. It is what it is. Luka. Luka is that dude. That's just I think at the end of the day, Luka is that dude. This guy, yeah, I tell you,
It's not
Luka's
that.
that dude. He's that dude.
Luka is not that.
If he ever becomes if he builds on his defense, and true enough, he does need more defense. If he builds on this defense, then
I'm still, like I said, again, when it's all said and done, I'm still picking. Even if he builds on the defense, I'm still picking Giannis
just try to tell this dude what's
and
up,
Tatum.
Commissioner Myers. What's going on?
Commissioner Myers, I'm glad you're here, sir. Thank you for coming
Woo,
on.
what's good, Woo? And he's
What's
a
up, Woo?
millennial. He would tell you to.
Let's ask Myers first, but Commissioner Myers, Trey right here, my compadre right here, man. My co-constituent right here. This guy here wants to say you have three players. You got to cut one, you got to bench one, you got to start one. Out of these three players, Mr. Myers, who are you benching? Who are you cutting? And who are you starting? Luka, Tatum, Giannis. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, he said send him a link and then come on. That's what bring it live, then, Mike. Bring it live. That's what I want to know. Bring it live, Mike. Bring it live. Oh, I want to see this dude here, man. Y'all just some Luka lovers. That's all that is. Y'all some Luka lovers. That's what y'all
No, that's
y'all
not
some
what
Luka
that
lovers,
is.
man. Y'all some Luka lovers. That's all
That
that
is
is.
not what that is.
Luka is the shorter version, like I said, 2.0 of Dirk Nowitzki. He's Dirk 2.0. That's what he is. That's clearly what he is. Dirk 2.0. Cut Luka. Thank you. And you said Wooten was a what? You said Wooten was what?
He's a millennial. But like I said, I don't agree with it. So like I said, I don't agree with the disagree. I don't disagree with it. I get it. When you got the three of them,
Thank
two of them
you,
are
Woo.
defensive.
Woo, you that
But
dude, man.
for
Woo,
me,
you that dude, bro.
For me, I would bench Luka and cut Tatum.
Nah, bro. I'm with you, Woo. Tell this man.
Stop that. He's probably the best all-round player under 25. Maybe that because he's not even.
And the only reason he beating out, my bad, Trey. The only reason he's beating out Ja is because Ja ain't found a shot yet. Once Ja found the shot, it's a wrap.
Luka is better than Ja and Tatum.
He's not better in what facet? Neither he can still not play defense. That doesn't mean just because you have offense doesn't make you a better player. You have to be an all-around player. He's not an all-around player. Luka doesn't play defense. He's offensive, and that's it. Not taking anything away from his game. He can ball. I give you that. He can ball. So you saying Tatum is better than Luka?
That's what it sounds like. Anthony, that is
in my opinion, Tatum is better than Luka because Tatum plays defense. Luka doesn't.
Tatum is a better rounded player, is what I say, but I don't think overall he's better.
How so? Okay, let's get into it, Dre. I like it. Let me ask you this. Go ahead. Let me ask you this. What makes Luka better?
That part, Anthony. That part. I was about to say earlier. I was about to say
this is coming from a darn Commanders fan. Stop it, bro. Really? Anywho, Trey, tell me why is Luka better than Tatum? And I'll wait. I'm listening. Tell everybody.
So this is what, in my opinion, Luka is a better scorer. Tatum is better. Tatum is better. Tatum is better. At more agile, but Luka, I think if Luka, like I said, if Luka in-state had the defensive prowess of Tatum, Luka is overall better than Tatum. In my opinion, Luka is pushing the envelope, and he's not the most defensive savvy player in the league, and he's pushing the envelope. He is next up. He's next up. He's not.
So, Commissioner Myers, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much, Commissioner of NBA Military Basketball Association. we appreciate you. We have a dispute here, Commish. And of course, as you know, my compadre, as we all know, Trey, sometimes his thought process is a bit clouded every now and then. But I don't know if you heard my question. My question was, which was presented to me when he put it out here. He said you had to cut one, bench one, and start one. Out of the three players that you're cutting, benching, and starting are Luka, Giannis, and Tatum. Let me hear what you got.
Ooh, the only thing that I would say, first of all, I think talent-wise, actually, first of all, good morning, y'all. Appreciate you guys letting me come on.
No doubt.
I think talent-wise, you look at Tatum, you look at Giannis. First of all, Giannis isn't in the discussion for anyone you bench, so he's not going to be
facts.
Correct.
Facts.
He's not. Yeah, he's a starter.
Facts.
So let's take them to. So what we're really talking about is because
Tatum
Giannis is Tatum and Luka.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I seen a comment on here, and someone said Brown is better than Tatum. That's a deep comment. That's a pretty deep comment.
He's pushing it. He's pushing them.
It's pushing it. So what's really the case here is Luka is making a case right now, by the way he's playing, that he is an elite. He is just as good as anybody in the league. So but he has no defense. That's absolutely right. He can't guard nobody.
Not his people, not his own size, shorter, taller, nobody.
He's not. But you don't worry about Luka going AWOL in the NBA Finals.
When he get there, he's gonna show up.
You put Luka in the NBA Finals.
This nigga go get out of pocket.
I didn't do that for people.
I know what it was. It was this dude here.
I see y'all done upgraded, man. Y'all got some special effects now.
Yeah,
but what I will say is, I will say, if Luka's in the finals, he's gonna be Luka. He's gonna produce. No defense at all. He's gonna get his points.
Okay.
What we saw happen with Tatum was he disappeared. He disappeared. And I mean, you got people on this call right now. He might not be the best basketball player in Boston. So he might not be the best basketball player in Boston. And so
with only one person being in consideration, which would be Jaylen Brown.
Correct.
Because he's better than everybody else outside of maybe Jaylen, right?
I think I agree. But what I would say is, if you got to bench someone, you benching someone between Tatum and Luka, it depends on what you need as a coach.
I knew he was gonna come with that political. I knew it.
And like, I believe it. I believe it.
What I'm saying is, if I'm going into a game where I might need a stop,
you ain't putting Luka in.
I'm not putting Luka in the game because he's going to play Olay defense. He's going to play Olay defense.
Like grab do the put
Olay. He said Olay defense.
Yeah, Olay. If I need offense, like for a sure thing, then like for a fact, like I need offense. He's not going to disappear. Then I'm going to go with Luka. So yeah, I mean, is it political?
Yeah.
But that's real. If you're a defensive minded coach, then you're gonna go with Tatum because he's a defensive. He can play on both ends of the floor. If you want strictly offense and you need a bucket, that would be Luka Doncic.
He's going to give you plenty of them.
Yes, plenty.
But this is my thing. Commission. This is my thing. Out of those three, I hear everything in which you just stated, right? Out of those three, though, only two have been to the finals. One has won an NBA championship. Luka has done neither.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of time for Luka.
You think so? So this is what I said about Luka. In my personal opinion, this is what I say about Luka. I feel like Luka is a Dirk Nowitzki 2.0. That's what he is, a shorter version of Dirk in the same team. They have reincarnated Dirk Nowitzki at a shorter stature but the same type of player.
Nah, man, Luka ain't nah.
What?
Luka. When you watch Luka play, he's like a Steph Curry, just taller. And I mean, he can, the way he shoots the basketball, and I would compare Luka to like a Larry Bird 2.0. I mean, the way
I can take that. I can take that.
He's not the most athletic person.
Right. Agreed.
Bird wasn't the most athletic person. That's not
Facts.
that's not how Bird killed you.
It was his shots.
Bird killed you with his shots and his overall competitive, like he was just gonna kill you.
Right.
Like so that's Luka. Luka's the type of guy that's just gonna kill you. I mean, that's just who he is. I just don't see him. I don't see him as Dirk because he's not tall, and Dirk wasn't really. Nah, man, he can shoot the ball. Luka,
he can. I'm not gonna lie. He shoots lights out. He shoots lights out.
Don't disrespect him. Like, I mean, he's not as quick as Steph Curry. He doesn't have the same handle as Steph Curry.
But his range is there.
Can shoot that ball.
His range is there.
Ask the Phoenix Suns about Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the Phoenix Suns. They can tell you the Phoenix
Suns
without
all on his own. He didn't have he may have
supporting cast. He didn't have a supporting cast.
He didn't have a supporting cast.
If you want to say, like, is he better than Tatum? I'm gonna be completely real. Tatum went to the NBA Finals because he had a better team.
Facts. Period. I totally agree.
Period. And then
we all know Luka's not gonna go with that team. Yeah, he needs help.
Tatum, if you think about it, what game did Tatum play in the NBA Finals where you like, man, he put his mark on that game?
He didn't exactly that.
It
was a game in which they was going back and forth. But we all know, and hence the reason why you're able to say so is that the other Jalen, was the reason why Boston remotely even had a chance, because the only person that did not disappear was Jaylen Brown. You know that meme that's going out, how they look at everyone be looking at Russ, where they got, I think Melvin Gordon's looking at Russ like, why are you even here? That's how Jaylen Brown was looking at Tatum. It's like, yo, why are you here,
Wooten, I can't wait to get you mic'd up when you play. I see Wooten's comments. When you get mic'd up in the game, I can't wait. I want to make sure we capture that.
Because Wooten feeling me, bro. Yeah.
But I will tell you this. Ask the Boston Celtics this question. Ask them this question. They'll tell you, right? If they could take Jason Tatum and trade him in the NBA Finals for Luka Doncic, would they make that trade?
No. No, because you're still not getting no defense. You're not getting defense from him.
They didn't get no defense anyway.
Yeah, you don't need the defense.
They wouldn't get no defense anyway.
If they had Luka's points, they probably would be champions.
They would probably be that, and that's my point, is that Bird wasn't the best defender either.
Facts.
Larry Bird wasn't the best defender.
But he gave you buckets.
Straight up. When you score like that, you don't have to fit. You fit wherever.
That's why I said your defense is your offense is your defense. You got to stop me.
Yeah. And if you're coming down and pulling up, from 30 feet out, consistently hitting 3-point shots, and then it's just easy for him to go. I mean, let's not get it twisted either. Luka has a handle too. He can handle the basketball.
Oh yeah, he can handle the I agree.
So he got a handle. I don't know, man. I just know that you're not benching Giannis. Okay,
without question. But so let's go here then. Okay, so this is the thing, right? I spoke of the Ja Morant. We all seen what the move he put on last night in the game, where it was Jordan-esque. When he went underneath the two defenders, crawl opposite side off the glass with the foul, count the bucket. I said he's Jordan-esque. Of course, my constituent here, he comes with, oh, he's not the next. I said he's the next. He's in line to be the next.
He's not next.
I said his athleticism, his style of play. I said he and Commish. You know we were around the same age. We all around the same age. So
Yeah.
So when Jordan first came out from North Carolina, he didn't have a jumper. All he had was he could fly, and he had great athleticism. I said that's the same thing I see in Ja Morant right now. he doesn't have a shot. He has great athleticism and he can finish at the rim. I said he's next in line. Trey here states, no, it's Luka. No, it's not Luka.
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 It's not Ja.
It's not Luka.
It's not Ja either.
Who is okay, Commish? Who
Ja.
is it? Okay, who is it, Commish? I'm listening. Please don't come out with nothing outlandish, Commish. I'm gonna eat you up. Don't do it.
So,
what up, Eric? Steve say Luka's trash. I won't say he's trash, bro. Yeah, you went far.
Trash,
you went way far with that
Luka
one, bro.
is not trash.
You went way far with that one.
That dude is embarrassing the league.
Yeah,
okay. He is not trash.
Thank you, Wooten. Thank you, Wooten. Thank you, Wooten. Thank you.
I would say I don't know that it's Ja Morant though. I don't. I really don't. I don't think that person has revealed himself yet.
Okay.
I don't think that person. Everybody remember when Mike was about to leave, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, "It's Penny Hardaway is going to be the next Michael Jordan."
Mm-hmm. Tracy McGrady's going
to be the next Michael Jordan.
Yep, I remember that.
The 17-year-old kid that played for the Lakers ended up being the next Michael Jordan, right? But it wasn't Penny Hardaway. It wasn't Grant Hill, and Grant Hill was the closest.
The beast when Grant came out.
It was supposed to be. Grant.
But Grant, it was because of injuries for Penny and Grant that held them back.
Yes. And then so Tracy McGrady was around for a while, but he couldn't win a playoff game.
Right.
And then he couldn't win a playoff series.
Right.
Right. So then LeBron came around, and we had this discussion the last time I was on the show. I really don't know what decade or what era we can call the LeBron James era. I don't know what that is.
Right.
So right now we're in the Steph Curry era, right?
Okay.
That's the era that we're in.
Correct.
I don't know that there will ever be, someone put this on there, there's not going to be another MJ. Mm-hmm. You can do the moves. The closest thing that came to MJ was Kobe.
Was Kobe. Absolutely. Kobe Bean Bryant.
That's the closest that you'll get to anybody like abusing you, torturing you, killing you on a basketball court, putting in the work ethic in the offseason. Mm-hmm. Like that's the closest you're going to get. You're not going to find the next MJ. You're not going to find the next Kobe. Those are like icons. Those are generational players. There's no more Larry Bird. But I will say Luka is pretty damn close to being Larry Bird-esque, like Dirk Nowitzki was, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I just don't know that
one has been revealed, has shown his face.
I don't know that there's one. I don't know that we've seen someone like that yet. I think that person is still in college.
But let me ask you this, Commish. Can you say that what we're seeing currently from Ja is not resemble what Michael was doing when he came out of North Carolina and came to Chicago?
He is, but he's young, right? And so the maturity part will catch up to him soon,
right?
You know, he's young and he's just trying to embarrass the league and prove
who he is, make a name for himself, right?
And so you'll start to see him fit into that role when he can handle the pressure of everything.
Okay.
You know, the sponsors, the endorsements, the media attention. Mm-hmm. He has never really been tested with any type of scandal or controversy, injury. He's dealt with injury, but he hasn't really sat out a whole season like Michael Jordan did when he broke his ankle,
right?
Or Kobe Bryant did when he separated his shoulder, or so
Achilles heel.
Yeah, Achilles. You start to see guys like that rise to the occasion when they're tested with some type of adversity, and then you see them really take over. So I don't know. I mean, Steph Curry even dealt with it. I mean, Steph Curry's career could have been over with, and you saw him bounce back, and really just dominate the league. And so I don't know. I don't think we've seen the next MJ, and I don't think we ever will. We've never seen the next Muhammad Ali.
Facts.
You'll never see a heavyweight boxer weigh 215 pounds get in the ring and fight like a welterweight and be as fast as a welterweight. You're never going to see that again. So, yeah.
I agree. I like it.
But I
So
don't know. If you told me to bench Luka or Tatum, man, and I'm the coach, it just depends on who we playing.
what I need at that time here.
What I need at that time. That's kind of a tough question. But
So
yeah.
with a little transition in sports,
Sure.
Commissioner, I ask you this question: do you think because you have the best record that you are necessarily the best team?
Negative. Negative.
Thank you.
I don't want the best record.
Mm,
Okay. I don't want all the pressure on it. And I had that pressure in Korea as a coach. We hadn't lost a game, So we're at the Korea wide tournament. And I think we lost one game. I think we lost to KC in the Christmas tournament. But we're talking about the whole time I was over there for the tour. And KC came out. And we beat them to go to the championship game, and then they had to play in the losers bracket. And we thought we was just going to be a little cakewalk. Man, you don't want the best record because that sows some type of seeds of overconfidence, and you start. As my I don't want to be undefeated in anything. You got to learn how to lose before you can learn to win.
Yes, Bishop, I agree. Don't you?
You said the conference tournament, cough, cough. I love Wooten, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
He's coming for you.
You hit a good shot. Hey, he hit a great shot, man. And you tell me you hit a. I mean, listen, you draw a play up like that. That's like saying, you know what, damn if I do, damn if I don't. And the ball just came to him, and I mean, he hit the shot.
You
hit the shot. That's the end of the game.
It is.
I've been on the receiving end of those, and I've been in games where my guys have pulled it out and they've done it. So, I think it's cool, man. I want to be the underdog. I want people to underestimate me.
That part.
What up, Zach? What up, Zach? What up, Frat? What's good with you? What's good, Frat?
So what I see, and of course this comes from the team because I continue to see. I know for the majority of the season, Bishop has been cheering on his Eagles fly, in which they have had the best record. But he did take a little angst to the simple fact that between two league generated power rankings, the Eagles was not number one, and they had the best record undefeated. Now, currently, they are for the last 2 weeks. They have been the number one in the power rankings, but I don't know if they're the best team. In which last night it was, saying they showed a little something, so they might hold on another week, but I still don't think they're the best team.
This is what boggles me. Right? What do so if a team goes 15-1, you're still not the best team? So
No.
is there so what? So if you're
not go 16-0 and got beat in the Super Bowl,
but they still wasn't the best team, even though they lost in the Super Bowl.
They lost to a wild card team.
That part.
They lost.
They had to win. Didn't they need like 4 games or 5 games to even get into the playoffs?
They lost to a wild card team to a quarterback who I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. I would put him in there, but they lost to a wild card and I think they were 8-8 or 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to struggle to get there. I think it was.
Wait,
they
and
made a push.
That team had Tom Brady, Randy Moss. Like Randy Moss was still catching touchdowns like over people.
Right.
So, no, you can have the best record and get your ass kicked. That's the truth. That's just being for real. You can be. I mean, you've seen that in college football this weekend. Who was supposed to be the best team? Oh, it's Ohio State. Oh, it's Michigan. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? When you get
the
on
best
the
team
floor,
won.
The best team won.
Right.
Records records mean nothing when you're talking about I gotta beat you for one game.
So the 72-10 Bulls wasn't the best team in the NBA that year.
They won the NBA
They
championship.
won the NBA championship.
They had the best record too, right?
But
They
guess
proved.
what?
They proved. Yeah, they was. Yeah.
Ask Golden State in 2016.
16 when it right.
72.
Ask them if they were the
70,
best team with that
73 and
73-9
9.
record.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them who was the best. Ask them who the best team was.
They lost.
The
They lost to
best team
Cleveland
won.
that year.
The best team won. It doesn't matter what your record says when the lights come on and it's time for you to win that championship. I mean, that separates people. Records have nothing to do with it. Same thing in military basketball. Records have nothing to do with it. You can play great all season long, right? Have a best record. You know, I think that happened at Fort Riley. They were like 28-0. And he ended up playing a team, and I mean, it caught up to him.
Hey, you know what? I think that would be a good question. I don't know if Coach Uriah is still in the comments. Matter of fact, shout out, they got their win versus University of Maryland Hardin Baylor over the weekend. But in the National Military Basketball Tournament's power rankings, speaking of power rankings, the Fountain Warriors are number one. I wonder, is he appreciative of that? I wonder how he feels about holding that, because of course everyone has their take on who should and who shouldn't be number one and who should be in the rankings and all that type of stuff. But in-state is, do those type of things matter? It doesn't make a difference to simply say.
It does. It really does. Here's the thing. If you're, so first of all, rankings are they're a source of you know comments and topics and entertainment. Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, you know, based off of what I've seen and based off of the last events that I've seen, you know, Fort Hood has always been in a top 3 or whatever, you know, even when I was coaching there. So, you know, I think, you know, but what you have to, it goes into coaching. If you are, if you're coaching in a program and your team is on top, and that's what happened to us in 15 and 16. We just came out of nowhere, right? And so we were a new program. Once you get your name out there and people know like who the hell you are, and then people rank you number one, what's
Who's coming for you, Commissioner? Who is coming for you?
No, listen. Listen, I don't get involved in the rankings, but when it comes to stuff like that. But what I will tell you is, it's very hard. It's very hard to stay on top and not let a ranking or something like that get to your head. You have to coach that. You have to in practices and games. You have to come in and approach every situation like somebody's going to kick your ass that day.
Like a 0-0. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what Jalen Hurts keeps on trying to say, that's what they're doing, is they're trying not to let that record get to them by continuously. He's like, yes, we hear it, we know it. But it's like you said, 0-0 in state is what the mindset is, what they're trying to produce. And so I hear what Commissioner Myers is saying. Like, you have to to have that is one thing, but of course to live by it and compete with that is another thing. And it's like, I guess it's not for the faint of heart or whatever case like that.
Well, that's why, Trey, when a lot of teams, when they're undefeated,
appreciate the love, Wooten, and we are definitely going to. We are open. We understand rankings are rankings, man. It's entertainment. It's like stuff, but when you actually start, you know, putting, you got to play the game.
When you put the ball down the court,
you got to play the game. At some point in time, a game will be played between a team who is either ranked or not ranked, and then you get to see who's the best.
And that's why the older heads, when it comes to teams that are undefeated, that's why the older heads or the veterans, they look forward to a loss, because now that chip is off their shoulders.
I go find a loss.
Yeah, that chip comes off their shoulders.
If we're beating people like bad by 25 points, I'll call. I've actually called a whole bunch of professional ball players and been like, yo, can you come in here and humble us real quick?
Yeah,
because there's
because that's
levels
what you need. That's it
to
right
this
there.
game.
You
And I
need
remember
that.
we
need
did
that.
the week before we won nationals in San Antonio. 2 weeks before we won nationals in San Antonio. Sarah Brooks and them dudes in Killeen came into Abrams Gym, and they blew our ass out by like 40 points, like 40. And I mean, dudes was like, man, we ain't never been beat like that before.
Right.
I mean,
But it's an eye opener. It's humbling.
It was like, yo, you're good.
It's
Okay,
humbling.
you're a great team, but don't get it twisted. You can be beaten.
Yeah. Any given Sunday.
Yeah, and so I mean, people wanted to quit. I mean, this is like 2 weeks before nationals. It was like, man, I can't believe. No, you're not as good as you think you are. And
that part, Wooten.
Strive to get better, man. So
that part, Wooten. That part, you need that L because it definitely shows what kind of players you got. Right.
So, yeah. So, but I'm with it. I think, shouts out to them for, one, putting something on for Christmas and everything like that. I think that's great, especially this time of year. But when you get Baylor's coach, actual Baylor's coach back in like when I was at Hood, Hood beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And
beat Baylor?
Yes. And the coach was like, yo, you can't be like whenever you see a military team go play a college and the military team beats the college, you don't get invited back. I swear, with a straight face.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't get invited back because that's not supposed to happen. And I remember when I was at Riley, we did that at K-State Salina, and I couldn't get a rematch. And it was live streamed and everything. We couldn't get a rematch. And it was hype too. Hype in the gym. We're sitting there and they had gotten up on us by like 17 points. And we responded, came back, and it was quiet in the gym. And then I couldn't get the coach on a phone call. And then the live feed was only up for like maybe a week and a half.
What?
Yeah. So back in the day,
wow.
Hood, this is like when I was like a private, but Hood beat Baylor. And that was Hood used to be so good. They only lost to Georgetown with John Thompson Jr. by 6 points.
What?
That's how good. Now
that's
you don't
crazy.
want to Duke. You don't even want Duke right now. Y'all don't want no.
Well, I say, yeah, I think we should go play Duke.
But
on the day, boy.
And that's John Thompson Jr. telling me that himself. He was like, hey, yeah, I used to recruit from Hood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he used to recruit. He used to get guys from Fort Hood all the time. But back then, you had like really serious, ball players.
Mm-hmm.
And when they, I was very surprised that they had played Hood at Hood, and Georgetown won by 6 points. I was like, what? Like, yeah.
Wow, that says a lot. That says a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, it was just indicative of where military basketball, and that's what we want to try and get it back to that point. But
right,
yeah, I don't want to be undefeated. I want to be like Coach from Fort Sam, Coach Conliffe. He came into the league, and the year he won the NBA championship, the first year, I think he was below 500, like 10-10 or something like that, and he just got hot. People took him for granted. Was a top 14 when he came to the finals, and he ended up winning the whole thing. So,
wow, I get
it. Definitely in history. So, of course, in that, so in the yesterday there was a couple of games, of course, that probably shouldn't. Oh, well, first I'd like to say shout out to the San Francisco 49ers, goose egging the New Orleans Saints 12 with a score of 13-0. But of course, there was other games in which went on. Let's go start with the Jaguars and the Ravens. Duval. No, you know what? I want a feel good story. Where's
talk about the Eagles in the
no, that's not a feel good story.
That is a
great feel good story.
Great feel good story. I feel like it's a great
feel good story. The Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. As we know yesterday, Brian Robinson,
Come
if
Anthony.
y'all know, Brian Robinson was a young player that that was shot three times right before the season as a rookie. He already had won the starting running back job and then was shot right before 2 weeks before the season, and he was shelved. Of course, he came back and has become in yesterday with 105 yards rushing, became the first rookie since 2020 or 18 or something like that to rush for over 100 yards, which he got the game ball. And he basically talked about how he felt good and how it all felt good, as well as getting the Washington Commanders to a 7-5 record. As we know, Bishop, because that's your division, the NFC East. Currently,
NFC Beast.
we're not gonna go that far. They're
Right.
beasting right now.
So therefore NFC Beast. Thank you.
Currently, the only division
That has all four in the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
but
do y'all think
the
that's sustainable?
AFC had a team had a division like that too, though, didn't they?
They did at one time, I believe.
At one time, the Bills, the AFC East was the same thing. I think the Bills, they had all four teams in the playoffs.
I think that was back when the Jets had what's his name? He's on the tip of my tongue. It wasn't Mark Sanchez. Before you get to saying something, Bishop, it wasn't Mark
No,
Sanchez.
I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year. Oh, you know what? At point, yeah, they were pretty hot initially. Yes, you're correct.
That was at the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
Just with that being said, gentlemen, do y'all think is that sustainable? Even right now with the NFC East, or do you think that's sustainable for them to finish? I mean, it's still 6 more games to go in the season. Can you think they finish out like that, or it's not going to happen? You know what? I don't think it can happen because Philadelphia still has to play New York twice and Dallas once more.
Right.
Or maybe is y'all think it's sustainable? Will we see the NFC East all their teams in?
Yeah, I think it's something. I definitely think. I know Dallas will probably be there. You know, Washington is definitely suspect. And the Giants have faltered here lately. They've been losing some games lately.
If you tell a story, you said it's like a feel good moment. Anytime somebody can come back from adversity or come back from injury, I think that's a good news story, man. That's what sports is all about. Sports should be about using your athleticism to get out there and do what your God-given talents are. But sometimes, people's paths are different, and
Thanks.
so, I mean, you said he got shot, right?
Yeah, shot twice. Yes.
Yeah. So somebody shot him. I mean, like to come back from getting shot is not something you really easily come back from. A lot of times when people get shot, their career is over.
Thanks.
Hell, I mean, one of my buddies was he was injured. He was wounded during that Fort Hood, the second Fort Hood attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his feel good story is, I mean, that dude's about to be a 06. He's but he came back. I mean, he lost a lot of blood, had to have several surgeries, and he's somebody I was a lieutenant with, and he's just moving on up. So a success story, and he loved football. I mean, he's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, but you come back from something like that, I think it's a good news story, and I think anytime that happens, it should definitely be highlighted. Especially Washington.
Yes. and so
thank God we got the Ravens, man.
The Ravens. That's not a feel good story at all.
No, it wasn't.
But that was a good game. That was a real good game. That game went down to the last seconds.
Of course, we don't ever want to speak on another individual's money, but is he playing like he deserves what he was asking for?
Nope.
Y'all wouldn't have said that 4 weeks ago.
We wouldn't have.
Okay.
But But that's why you try to get your money prior to.
You're absolutely right. If you ask for $250 million and you hot, you sign the contract. You sign it. You
sign it now because you never know. How you played last season might not be how you play the upcoming season.
They were up. They was up in the fourth quarter with 12 minutes and 12 seconds against Miami, up 35-14, loss. Up against Buffalo with 9 seconds left in the first half, 20-3, and lost to Buffalo. Up against the New York Giants with 6 minutes and 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter, loss. Yesterday, up over Jacksonville Jaguars by 9 points with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left, and lost. Of course, we can't put everything off on him because he wasn't carrying every ball. He wasn't defending tackles and all that type of stuff. But
hey man, if you're up, you're supposed to get first downs, buddy. You're supposed to keep the sticks moving and the clock running. Okay, I don't want to hear no excuse. You're the quarterback of the team. You asking for somebody to give you $250 million. Let's just keep it real.
Let's keep
it real. You want a quarter? Like countries don't even have that much damn money. You're asking for $250 million, and you can't keep the chain. You're supposed to keep the sticks moving, right? I'm a Raven. I'm gonna call it where, like I see it. It's like, yo, you let us down, man. Now you want to get paid. You better win a Super Bowl. That's what you.
That part.
You asking for $250 million. 250.
That part.
250 million. Like that's
you know what I thought about yesterday when I was sitting up watching the game? I thought to myself, I realized it's only so much you can live off of MVP awards, championships, and all that type of stuff to where it's like, yo, yes, you were a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Yes, you were an MVP. Yes, you won the championship, but that was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
So you know what he's in danger of becoming? Russell Wilson. People out here where I'm at, they are like sick to their stomach. They don't know. Broncos fans out here, they have no idea. They are sick because they don't know. It's like he was in Space Jam and it like affected his football play. He like they took his skills away because it's literally like that. Like he is literally like that. So if you're asking for $250 million and you're not playing
250 million caliber,
you're not playing at that caliber. You're not playing at $100 million caliber. Like you're not even playing at that caliber. Then I don't know. And somebody put on here, but isn't that on the defense? No, buddy. No. The defense can't play every single. If you go out there and you get
you see what happened to Zach Wilson. Talk about is on the defense.
You can't. Yeah, you can't like go out there and get like 4 3-and-outs and be like, oh, pay me $250 million.
Right.
Nah, you move the sticks. Even if he had just moved the sticks, if you're moving the chains and you're moving the sticks and you're up 20-3, you're not going to lose. It's about getting first downs. You want to get like you want $250 million, but you can't get a first down. Nah.
Yeah. No. Agreed. I totally agree with you, and that's why he should have fought harder and did more in the offseason trying to get paid, because right now he's definitely hurt his chances of setting the market as a quarterback for next season.
Well, you're going to see people now, franchises are going to be like, I don't want to have you're going to have a Russell Wilson clause, because you can't ask for that much money that they paying Russell Wilson and then like show up and you can't even he got outplayed by the other team's quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's definitely one of the best Hall of Fame. I think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But I mean, come on, man. People up here, they
hate it, don't they?
And he is like, and wouldn't say he bad. He is like bad. Like, and they're stuck with him. Like they can't. They're gonna lose. They traded draft picks
Yeah.
They got him for like 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he is. They like that's a ship that they're gonna have to
That's
like
the sail.
be
That's
on.
definitely that's the ship that definitely doesn't sail. Like
Wilson
he's definitely
bad, like bad.
Yeah, he's like the Tony Romo of Denver right now because like they yeah.
I don't even put him in Tony Romo's class. The only difference. So first of all, I like Tony Romo. I thought Tony Romo was a great quarterback for Dallas. Probably one of the best quarterbacks Dallas has ever had. You know, so you know I am a Tony Romo fan. But yeah, he's terrible.
I know the fans want his
gonna be
head
at every game.
Oh, Wooten is on one today, boy.
Terrible, man. Hey, we need to get Wooten on here.
Yeah, we do. We need to get Wooten.
I need to get when Wooten gets mic'd up. I can only imagine what is going to be said.
Boy, Wooten is on one today. I mean, I kind of feel for Lamar, man, because I felt like we was all worried. I think a lot of people were worried because of the fact he didn't get the big contract in which he was looking forward to, and a lot of people felt like he deserved. And then we was all worried because we thought, being that he didn't get the contract, that he was going to go into the season, and we was praying that he didn't get hurt. And he's done good so far. He's played every game that I know of this season, so that's good. However, his play is not matching, like you said, Commish, to the money, the dollar signs in which that he's looking to get. We still got about 6 games left, I believe 6-7 games left. So unless he can flip this corner and flip it real tight and close to the edge and make this and have this team turn around, but these last few losses have been detrimental to his
if he wins
chances.
the NFL MVP this year, then they're gonna pay him his money. But
I don't see him winning MVP. It's too many other people. Patrick Mahomes was 1.
Yeah.
9-2. Patrick Mahomes is 1.
He on a mission right now.
Major mission.
He's on
He's on a mission.
He's light-skinned brother. He's a Steph Curry of the NFL right now.
That part. Major mission. Look at Trey. Look, he don't want to hit it. He don't want to hit it. Because see, remember Trey, he don't want to talk about he wasn't gonna beat nothing because Tyreek was gone. I told you this man is a special player, man. Yeah. Tyreek Hill is not that dude to where Tyreek didn't make Patrick. Tyreek
Hill is that dude. Let's not get that twisted.
I'm not saying he's not that dude, but he didn't make Patrick. He did not make Patrick.
No, Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes regardless.
That part.
Regardless. It's just
and Kelsey, and like I told you, Kelsey
was about to say, do you think that maybe we was looking the wrong way and it's actually Kelsey that's making
Kelsey? No, Kelsey. I told you before the season started. I said with Tyreek gone, Kelsey gonna be that dude.
He gonna eat, yeah.
He gonna eat, and he doing exactly what I said he was gonna do. He doing exactly what I said he was gonna do. Patrick Mahomes.
I feel bad for Kittle because now that McCaffrey's there, it seems like he's getting less and less looks.
Yeah, Kittle's ain't heard nothing from Kittle's in a minute. But I mean, when it comes to MVP, I would say it's Patrick.
You said Josh
Jalen Hurts, Josh. But Josh done faltered a little bit recently.
It's the middle of the season, though. If you got 6 games left, Lamar could make a strong case.
That's where he can. He can make a strong. But he got to finish strong, though, Commissioner. He got to finish strong. He got to finish
strong.
You're
telling me if Mahomes is 9-2,
right?
And I don't even want to know what his stats are.
Yeah, ridiculous.
If his stats are, if he's 9-2, that means that's a lot. That's pretty much a lot. They're gonna give him the NFL MVP. He only has to play well for like 3 more games. Lamar got to play well for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
To try and get
at this point, I think it really comes down to, like you said, Mahomes, Allen, and at this point, Hurts.
Yeah, those are the front runners, I would say.
Jalen Hurts would put on a stat show too.
Yeah, that they did. Yeah, those are the front runners.
But I just don't think. I think Lamar's going to be kicking himself because he probably should have signed the deal when they offered him $250. When they said, "Hey, this is what we're going to give you, $250 million,"
he probably should have stood.
He should have signed
pen the paper. Yeah, he probably should have put pen and paper.
But it's always, and it probably wasn't him. It's probably his agent or somebody that was in his ear saying, "Hey, let's see if we can push for 275.
He don't have an agent, do he? I thought he
Nah,
was
it's
his
him.
own agent. Yeah, he don't have an agent.
Yeah,
he got rid of his
It's him
agent.
and his.
He
I
don't
think it's him and his
got a
mom.
circle.
him and his mom.
mom or his circle. Somebody was like push for
Circle, yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the way you get things done. You know, 250 million. That's 5 years, 50 million a year.
Those Aaron Rodgers numbers. That's what Aaron was making.
Crazy, man. 50 million.
Hey, you know
That's
what?
what
When I
Aaron
think
Rodgers
about
was,
it, I think, in my opinion, I think if it wasn't for that record, I think the only two you would have would be, or without a doubt, it would be between Jalen
Patrick.
and Josh Allen. No, Josh Allen, because they're mobile quarterbacks, and so they're getting the yards between that. Like Josh Allen gets yards from on his feet. Jalen Hurts, as clearly we seen last night, gets yards on his feet. That's and then of course we know Patrick gets them through the air per a couple of players. So I think, I think if it depending on when it comes up, I think it's actually going to be a 2-man race between. Well, no, it's probably going to stay 3-man. It's definitely between them three. But going
If you're
back
a
to
pocket passer and you don't do it on the ground, and the way Mahomes throws that ball with that precision, he is going to be in a conversation.
oh yeah, without a doubt.
The difference between Hurts and
Allen.
Allen is Allen can throw that.
Is that
Allen
Patrick's
can
stats?
sling he can sling the football.
Yeah,
man.
for over
Is that Patrick's stats right there?
Yeah, Anthony Price went and found the 3,500, 29 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Yeah, if that's Patrick's stats,
I mean, we're like, you said there's 6 more games left.
6 games, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which I don't know who he's facing, but it's probably don't even make a
if
difference.
that's Patrick's stats right now, bruh,
That's crazy. Only 8 interceptions.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That is a major problem.
That's a problem because you can't argue with stats.
You can't.
Stats
there's
are like,
nothing to argue.
Like
There's nothing to argue.
You can be flashy. You can make the highlight reels or whatever, and people will remember plays. But when you just go down and you're like, hey, who's getting it done? And do the stats match the record?
The schedule is the remaining games is the Bengals, the Broncos, the Texans, the Seahawks, the Broncos again, and the Raiders.
They can run the table. That's the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Remaining schedule? Oh, they can run the table.
They probably the hardest they probably going to face is the Seahawks and the Bengals, depending on when they catch what the Seahawks are doing by the time they rank.
Oh, my God.
Matter of fact, their Seahawks is on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, they can run the table.
They can run the table easy.
Wow. He got 105 passing rating?
Yes, he got 105.
He's clicking.
I knew that. I knew his passing rating was over 100. Yeah. That's why I say Lamar he can't take a day off. He has no more days off. That's it. This last weekend was it. He can't take no more days off.
Lamar's not playing for MVP. He's playing for a contract.
Yeah.
That part.
So the MVP part.
But this is my thing. But this is my. I feel what you're saying, Kamish. I get what you're saying. But if you say he's not paying for MVP, but if he could solidify and grab an MVP, that boosts his chances for a bigger contract. Because if you could win MVP, you can say all you want to say, but like you say, when it comes to stats and the fact that I've won MVP for you all again, I won MVP again, you have to pay me this money. If he's able to pull that off. That's a hard feat, though.
Pull it off.
Yeah, that's are we?
You know what? Are we? I asked this question. Are we overlooking the Kirk Cousins? They're not.
I don't say Kirk Cousins, man.
I don't think we are. I don't think we are. I mean, I get their what are they, 9-2?
9-2. The only reason I say I'm very sure we're not because in-state is I was looking at their schedule. They could potentially lose all the next 6 games. They got the Jets, the Lions, the Colts, the Giants, the Packers, and the Bears.
They could lose all their games. You know what? And then it'd be a wild card team. Kirk Cousins is gonna be Kirk Cousins.
That part.
You ain't seen it. You ain't seen it yet. He ain't shown y'all Kirk. He ain't shown you the Kirk Cousins
that we don't know.
Kirk Cousins that we know.
Yeah.
Like
Kirk
everybody's
Cousins.
like, oh, Kirk Cousins doing this, Kirk Cousins doing that. Hey, Kirk Cousins. There's a Kirk Cousins we all have seen over the last.
Like that?
years.
You like
Okay?
that?
Yes.
You like that? You like that? They could
Yeah.
go 1-5. They could.
Yeah,
They could really go 1-5.
They could go 0-6. Like you catch on. Like everyone's Detroit is my feel good team of the year, although they're not winning. But Detroit is scrappy. Detroit shows.
They're a sleeper team, man. You don't know what Detroit team you getting because Detroit will come out there any day and punch you in the mouth.
And they're gonna love going to play against the Vikings.
To play sport.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's like at this point, it's
Vikings.
like if we can't win, we're gonna spoil some.
Spoil it for everybody else.
It's Kirk Cousins, man.
Guess whose stats this is? Whose stats is that? Oh, that's Jalen. That's Jalen Hurts.
Probably.
That's Jalen Hurts because Jalen only has about three interceptions, I think. I think that's Jalen Hurts stats. Just keep putting the ice around the neck, and he will be good.
He's been running that because he's been running that ball.
Lines, one
Yeah,
of them.
like I said, them.
That's right, Wooten. You can't let them lines hang around, Wooten. You right.
They set up and put you. Oh, Tua.
Oh, that's Tua? No, that's Tua's numbers.
Ooh.
Tua got 2,000 yards, 18 TDs, and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, I think the numbers are like the people, like the race is closer than we think when you start looking at. We know who.
I forgot about now. A person we did forget was Tua because I didn't think his numbers was that good.
The front runners are who they are, but like you said, it's people basically in the background creeping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Saquon Barkley I'm very sure is creeping. Like, it's people that's out there that we can sit and take a look at.
All I can tell you is, gentlemen. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Commissioner. What are you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say it's been real. I got to get out of here this morning.
Yeah. But when we get ready to get out here in a few minutes anyway. But yes, sir.
Love the show, man. You guys
appreciate you.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
But Tua stats is right there with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has 2,500 yards passing. He has a QB rating of what is his QB rating? His QB rating is not as good as his. His is a 68.1. However, he has 17 touchdowns and 3 interceptions as well.
Close as we was just saying. So, Commissioner, before you get up out here, what's going on for the NBA upcoming next?
Yeah, let us know. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm talking to the leadership now. They're getting the season getting ready to start off in January. Lots of tournaments coming up. And so it's gonna be fun and trying to make it so that we expand what we're doing. We get out there and I want to make sure that I'm looking for platforms to put our tournaments on, so, and so that's kind of the goal right now is to try and get this on to, network platforms, major platforms, and then just have a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of these guys are doing this all across the country, volunteering their time. And so we definitely want to, What island y'all got? What island is this? I like putting, I like going.
He in Hawaii. He just got stationed in Hawaii, so he out there now.
It's funny you say that. So, yeah, we definitely are looking at different places to put events, and out in the Pacific, to bring a major tournament to Hawaii requires a lot of logistics. It would be nice. And it's probably something that we would do like in the summertime, in the off season. But yeah, we're looking forward to, we've got new teams in the league now. Mm-hmm. And so, Jason's just working it out to make sure we're able to support the coaches, as they play basketball across these 3 different conferences. So it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And, me, I'm just trying to advance the game. That's it.
Yes, sir. So, of course, like you said, be on the lookout. Check those out. Yes, go ahead.
One last thing. All right. One last thing. So I'm real close, man. So this is my week to find out what's going to be happening in New Orleans. But we definitely are trying to bring a military basketball tournament to the city of New Orleans. So I've got some meetings with some city officials in the next coming weeks. And in March we should have a really good. I should have a real good feel actually by January with this tournament about to happen. Probably an 8 to 12 team tournament. I've already got Tulane locked in, so we just need to see what that looks like. So, but that's going to be fun. I mean, it's another tournament kind of in the Southeast, and so that's something in you guys, at least in your neck of the woods. And so I'm working to try and see how that shapes up, and it should be fun. That's the next project that I'm working on.
Oh, okay. So of course I'm there with it. Anyway, matter of fact, I had just spoke to Chris the other day. He had said he was like, yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he had spoken. He said you had some things that was going on. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm very sure I hear of him. So yeah, so
Yeah. So if we can I want to get people to go to the game, and then I want to play that championship game on the Pelicans floor, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. But we definitely, I've definitely worked with him, and we've got something set up for that weekend as well. So we'll see.
okay. So of course, so Commissioner Myers, we know you got to get up out here. Greatly appreciate you coming on, checking in with us this morning.
Well, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna try and get some.
Yes, sir. All right.
We appreciate you, Commissioner. Thank you so much, man. Have a great Monday, man. Enjoy it. Have a great week.
Yep.
Anytime, you're more than welcome to join us.
So before we get up out of here, Bishop, today we know the Steelers and the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going with this morning? Coming today.
This is going to definitely be a good one. So I feel like what you call Jeff Saturday is gonna bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Get his what you call Jeff Saturday gonna get his little what you call get back on track. So I'm gonna take the Colts. I'm taking the Colts. Indianapolis to get a win at home. They lost against us at home in Indianapolis, so they ain't gonna lose 2 in a row at home. I don't think so. That's what it is.
Okay, you going with the Colts? I believe the Colts as well. I ain't gonna say I don't believe in Pittsburgh. I just don't think Pittsburgh has the firepower to deal with it, especially if you get Taylor that's clicking on all cylinders. Everyone's clicking on all cylinders. I think the Colts is a safe bet. Currently, we look at the standings. Basically, Bishop and Ron 9-6 on the season on the weekend so far. Of course, tonight's game will determine if they move into the double digits for the win. I am up for the week up by 1.5 game with 10-5. Hopefully, could go forth. If any has Colts, we have to find out what Ron's. But for the season, it's close, I guess you could say. Ron 99-62 on the year, just one game short of being hitting his triple digits and picking. Bishop isn't too far behind, 96-64, and then I'm bringing up the rear with 92-69. But like you say, still 6 weeks remain. That's almost 100 possible picks to still remain. So they're saying, and what I'm saying is, I still have a chance. I just have to simply make the right picks at the right time.
That part.
But y'all hear the tune. Basically, that's what it is. We ended of the day. We hope y'all enjoy y'all Monday, first Monday back from the weekend. It's gonna bring it back, come rewind a little bit, 2.5, 3 weeks from the Christmas holidays, New Year holiday, and a whole lot more in store. Y'all know where to find us every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours. We look forward to seeing y'all. Bishop, any last words before you get up out of here?
No, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, your Sunday. I was about to say your Sunday. Enjoy your.
I'm trying to have the weekend
Monday.
up upon us
I
already.
know, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Monday, man. Be safe. Go out and hug someone, love on someone. Tell everybody you love them. For those that you do, And y'all would just be sure to stay tuned Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours for you civilian personnel. That's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Y'all be easy, y'all be safe, and I'm going to holler back at y'all. Peace.